Hi everyone, so it's time to do my July budget report card. So as you can see from this side, I do have 25 transactions that I have to put under my budget. There are a few things that are really different than what I expected them to be, especially my income. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with all of the transactions. So I'm gonna start since the beginning of basically the whole month. So utilities, it's 125, and I do pay that cash since I share the bills with my roommates. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag that over there. And then of course I have rent, it's 650, so that I also pay cash. Now, so this is the minimum payment for my loan, for my student loan. And I do send the minimum payment at the beginning of the month. And then, either I'll send another payment in the middle of the month, or I'll just wait till the end to know exactly how much I'm going to send. So this would just be considered like the minimum payment. So that's taken care of. My car insurance is $172. And I also paid that with my first paycheck. And here we go. So I did put gas on my car on the 8th of July. That was $48.35. And I believe that was the only time I put gas, if I'm not mistaken, since I was on break. I don't really have that many places to drive to. So Aldi, that is groceries, and that was $52.64. So I had to restock a lot of my items, and that was $175 budgeted. I did have takeout on the 10th, so that will be under restaurants, and that was $7.54. There we go. Even though I said I was done buying all the supplies for my dog, she was really itchy with one of her ears, so she kept scratching it. So I just basically ordered her some eardrops from Amazon. So that was $8.43, and that helped her a lot. So that I do have to fix right now. And then for my car, in terms of car maintenance, I did have to buy new wipers. Even though we don't need them, they were pretty dried out, so I wanted to just go ahead and replace them since I don't want to be buying everything at the same time in the winter. So $32.54, and even though it's like 90 degrees here, it was sprinkling in the morning, so it's really weird. It's super humid right now, so you might hear the AC in the background. I did have an oil change on the 14th as well, and that was $56.32. I think it's slightly higher than other places just because I do go to my dealership and I used a coupon with the dealership. So, I mean, with the taxes, it still comes out that amount. But I like the fact that they keep all the records for my car. So it's always nice, like they can just tell me what I need and things like that. So, okay, in terms of income, I did receive my second paycheck on the 14th of July. I did forget that I was working the summer school and I was going to be getting that paycheck calculated by the 14th. So even though it's salary based, since I wanted to work a couple hours each day, that's considered overtime at my school. So I had budgeted $1,600, and it was actually $23.96. It was supposed to be a lot higher, but since I don't have kids, my tax bracket was actually pretty high, so they did take away a lot of money in taxes, but it's okay. So in terms of income, this is going to be very different. So it's going to be $23.96 with 12 cents. So as you can see, it's a difference of $796, which is a difference from what I had assumed that I was going to get. Even though I probably got over, I would say like 700 in taxes taken away compared to the previous check. So that was a big chunk, which gets a little bit sad sometimes. Okay, so I did buy another pair of shoes for work. I bought them at Kohl's. I like comfort shoes because I do have to walk quite a bit at work from my office. So I decided to just go ahead and buy the shoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that under miscellaneous since I was not, usually I don't really plan out for buying items. So I think I do have to start putting that into the budget. Okay, so for the bar, it was $32.31. So sometimes I do like to go out, have some fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that under restaurants just because I pretty much combine all of my going out amounts in the same category. So this was another time that I ordered pizza. It was $18.34. That's also gonna go under restaurants. And then for Target, those were basically household expenses. So I had already budgeted $40 for that, and I spent $34.54. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag that there. I paid my cell phone, and that was $30. It's basically, I mean, a prepaid line. I have unlimited everything, so I live in the big city, so I get pretty good signal anyway. So Subway, so that was $6.43 on the 18. So that's gonna go under restaurants as well. All right, I did redeem $26.43 from my Citi Double Cashback credit card. And I basically, if I charge it for one item, I just go to the account and I just pay it off. So I never incur interest, and I'm very responsible with it. So I've never had an issue. Okay, so we can get that up. So I still have 7 more. Let's see, Albertson. So that's going to be groceries, and we still have quite a bit left for that. So I think we're going to have more transactions for groceries. Netflix, $7.99, and it's here. So Yard House is a bar, a restaurant. Look at that, sports bar. So I had dinner there and a couple drinks. So that was $54.32, and that's also going to go under restaurants. There we go. I did forget that it was my niece's birthday, so I did buy her a gift, but I just forgot to put it in the budget. So I'm actually going to be going over my miscellaneous amount, but you know what, it's okay because I've underestimated my income by a lot, so it should be okay. Aldi was $47.56, and that's gonna go under restaurants, groceries, getting those mixed up. Let's see, I did have to pay for work training, which at the end it's basically like they're paying me back because I get some overtime hours because of that training. So that's taken care of. That happened last week. And then lastly, I just went to Aldi on the 28th for $43.23. So that's going to go under groceries. All right. So I think we're done with the transaction. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that everything is good. So my emergency fund is there. This is already basically spent. So I don't need that stuff anymore. So that's zeroed out. Household expenses. So I'm just going to go ahead and change this to $34.54. So that's good. For my gas, $48.35. And I do like to fill up the whole tank just because I hate going to the gas station. So I try to go when it's really, really low. Even though we shouldn't, but let's see, $166.82. So restaurants, I was still under. I noticed that I haven't really been spending as much as I have budgeted, so it's always a good thing. All right, and then let's see, miscellaneous. This is where I went over. So I actually spent $62.81. Okay, that's zeroed out. Maintenance on the car, $88.86. So that's taken care of. And this one I also went over, but that's $105.66. And that's zeroed out. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go ahead and add the difference here. Well, I'm going to delete this so I know exactly how much I'm going to pay. So that's actually a pretty high payment. So it's $17.22 with 36 cents. Wow. I was not expecting so much, but that's really, really good. I'm excited. So the balance is, it says it's 50,630, but that's because it says that I've only paid $348. So once I finish the video, I'm going to go ahead and update this as well, because I was forgetting to put the last amount here on every dollar. And I've noticed the numbers were not really accurate. Like, even though they're not exactly the same because it doesn't calculate interest, they were way off. So I know that with the rest of this, it's already going to be, the difference is probably what, like 1,400. So it's way beyond 50K. So that's really, really exciting. But yeah, that's it. I hope that your budget went really well. Everything lined up and all my numbers are straight. So it's 43% in debt and 43% in expenses, which is, that's a really good number. So I'm excited. Well, I hope you guys have a good day or night, and then I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.